This video was created strictly for educational purposes and will describe in depth the purposes of archetypes, how to identify them using the warrior archetype, and backing up our claims with multiple video clips.
Lesson will provide examples of the warrior archetype, but before we jump into all of that, we must first learn what an archetype is. Archetype comes from the Greek word arche, which means primitive or first, plus typos, which means shape or form. The technical definition of archetype is an original model or pattern from which other later copies are made, especially a character, an action, or situation that seems to represent common patterns of human life. Archetypes include themes, symbols, characters, and settings. Common archetypes that can be found in almost any story range from the journey, the rose, the warrior, and the woods. Now that we have a base knowledge of what an archetype is, we can investigate a bit deeper into the warrior archetype.
Different types of warriors. The main characteristics of warriors are justice-seeking capabilities, loyalty, strength, self-righteousness, impatience, tenacity, and vengeance. The warrior is a massive body of energy which is powered by a strong transpersonal commitment. He is extremely loyal to his country and to himself. Through his training, he has learned that death will always be by his side. His purpose is to fight all, but the master warrior will only destroy what is wrong in the land. He knows his limits and has at all times several ways around them. The warrior is a doer. Thinking causes him to have a delayed reaction with far less force. He has trained to be the master of his body, mind, and attitude. In an almost unhuman-like nature, he is detached from life and its pleasantries. He withstands no pain and will go to any length to complete his mission.
There are two main types of warriors. There is the passive warrior and the aggressive warrior. Both are identified by the same characteristics, but are different in their life roles. The sadist warrior, or the aggressive warrior, takes charge of his own life and will not let anything stop him to reach his goals. His detachment from life keeps him from having any physical or emotional relationships. This detachment also fuels him and drives him to the omnipotent warrior that he is. The masochist, or the passive warrior, lets others push him around and he feels vulnerable in their presence. He is weak and psychologically unable to defend himself. He absorbs all of this abuse until one day he snaps and percolates back into the sadist.
Now that we've learned what an archetype is and discussed a little bit about what the warrior archetype is, let's look at a few examples.
Is there no one else? Is there no one else?
The character Achilles displays many characteristics of a warrior. Achilles shows his tenacity when he runs towards Bulgarius and being bombarded with spears, but yet he keeps on running towards Bulgarius to kill him. He also shows strength when he kills Bulgarius and doesn't even look back.
Now let's look at another example of a warrior archetype in the movie Mulan.
Citizens, I need firepower. Who are you? Your worst nightmare. On the roof! Look!
It looks like you're out of ideas.
Not quite. Ready, Mushu?
I am ready, baby! Like me!
Get off the roof, get off the roof, get off the roof!
the movie Mulan, the character Mulan shows many of the numerous characteristics of a warrior. She exhibits loyalty to her father by risking her own life to save his. Mulan also shows the characteristic of goal orientation. She never gave up in order to achieve her goal of taking her father's position in the army. Impatience and tenacity are two more characteristics that Mulan shows. She does not wait for the legal system to make changes, so she takes matters into her own hands. She also is very strong. And finally, she is very tenacious. She will fight to the death to protect her family.
Now let's move on to one of the greatest movies of all time for a clear representation of the warrior archetype.
Earthquake. No, Captain. Battle formations.
This is where we hold them! This is where we fight! This is where they die! And these shields, boys! Remember this day, men, for it will be yours for all time!
Spartans! Lay down your weapons!
Persians! Come and get them! Take from them everything! Stay!
That's the best you can do!
shows several of these character traits also. Strength, loyalty, and vengeance are the three main characteristics that he shows. He is very strong and believes that the strength of his army and himself they will defeat their enemy. Loyalty to his homeland keeps him on the right track of success. He will also go to any lengths to obtain revenge from his many enemies.
And finally, the legendary battle of the gods versus the titans can provide an obvious definition of the warrior archetype.
You feel that? Ah, shit.
Throughout this presentation, we provided you with a clear definition of what an archetype is, gone deeper to show what a warrior archetype is, and then provided multiple film examples that represent warriors